Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. New Year's Day. Anyone who plans to celebrate New Year's Day really should first know where the practice came from. New Year's is the oldest of all holidays. The ancient Babylonians began keeping the festival nearly 4,000 years ago. Spiritual purification was the underlying reason for their New Year's festival. People wanted to amend their old ways and find new beginnings. Held at the time of spring planting, New Year's festivities were also an appeal to the gods to provide agricultural abundance. This is the ancient root of the New Year's resolution tradition. As this pagan festival was passed down to succeeding generations, it changed in character and customs. The Greeks held a not-so-religious New Year's type festival in late March. The early Romans imitated the Greeks, holding a similar festival at the same time. In 46 BC, Julius Caesar moved the New Year to January 1st. The Romans observed New Year's by engaging in drunken orgies, a ritual they believed constituted a personal reenactment of the chaotic world that existed before the cosmos was ordered by the gods. In Christianity, about 500 years later, Pope Gregory VIII abandoned the Julian calendar and established the calendar that has been followed by the Western world ever since. Most people don't consider that the Roman Catholic Church established the beginning of the year in the middle of winter. The origins of the New Year celebration are marked by confusion, paganism, and perversion. Even today, New Year's is generally celebrated with late-night partying, drunkenness, and debauchery. God condemns drunkenness and other works of the flesh. Are New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebrations that God approves of? Since God set the first month of the year on the sacred calendar to begin in is called March or April. Obviously, it's not God's New Year. And God didn't command a celebration for that day either. The origin of New Year. So, what's the origin of New Year? In early times, the ancient Romans gave each other New Year's gifts of branches from sacred trees. In later years, they gave gold-covered nuts or coins imprinted with pictures of Janus, the god of gates, doors, and beginnings. January was named after Janus, who had two faces, one looking forward and the other looking backward. The Romans also brought gifts to the emperor. The emperors eventually began to demand such gifts, but the Christian Church outlawed this custom and certain other pagan New Year's practices in 567 AD. The New Year according to Judaism. Notice, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. This month was named Abib. You may be surprised to learn that it begins at the time of the spring. God begins the year in the early spring when new life is budding in nature everywhere. But ancient heathen Rome caused the world to begin the year in the middle of dead winter. Take heed that you may not be ensnared to follow them, the pagans and their customs, and that you do not inquire about their gods, saying, How did these nations serve their God? That I also may do likewise. You shall not do so to the Lord your God. For every abominable thing which the Lord hates, they have done for their gods. Celebrating the New Year in Islam. Sheikh Ibn Jibreen said, It's not permissible to celebrate innovative festivals such as Christmas of the Christians or Nowruz, the Persian New Year, or Mahrajan, the Persian festival, or festivals that have been innovated by Muslims such as the Prophet's birthday in Rabi' al-Awwal, or the Isra in Rajab, and so on. It's not permissible to accept their invitations to join them in their celebrations of those festivals because this encourages them and is tantamount to approving of their bid'ah, which gives the wrong idea to people and makes them think that there is nothing wrong with that, and Allah knows best. In a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah strayed from the Jum'ah those before us. Jews had Saturday and Christians Sunday. Then Allah brought us and guided us to Friday. So He made Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They are behind us in the judgment day. We are the last of these people on this earth, and the first who will be judged on the judgment day. This and other hadiths all emphasize that we have our separate holidays. In a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, and today is our Eid, meaning that our holiday Eid is confined in this day, and we do not have any other festivals or holidays. The above does not mean that the Prophet ﷺ is limiting our only day of celebration to that one day. He named the specific days in which Muslims can celebrate. He said, the day of Arafah, the day of sacrifice, the day of Munah are our holidays, we the people of Islam. They are days of eating and drinking.
إن عدة الشهور عند الله 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض منها 4 حرم ذلك الدين القيم فلا تظلموا فيهن أنفسكم